Alright, so now we're going to be looking at the NPN circuit. So we have another switch here I put in. Okay, doesn't have anything hooked up to it yet. And that's where we're got to go and hook stuff up. So notice that the E is down, but I'm going to put the E up still, because this is so similar to the other side. The only reason the E was up the other one is because I wanted to not cross the streams on the schematic. So E is going to go up in this case, even though E is down on this one, because these are hooked up very similar, very similar. Alright, in this case the E is hooked to the positive of the LED. Okay, it has a 1,000 ohm resistor hooked to the negative of the LED. Okay, then what we do is we have a base, okay, and that base is hooked up to the switch, just like this one. So the base is hooked up to the switch. And then you have to ask yourself, well, what is it collecting? Okay, what is the transistor collecting? The transistor is collecting positive, just like the other side. That's what I'm saying. It's so similar, right? Very similar. Okay, so right now there is no charge, there's no current at the base. Okay, that's why it's normally off. When I put this resistor in place, it's not going to be on, because it still has to go through the switch. So I should be able to turn this on, and it turns on. Now these, yeah, there we go. Some transistors have really thin legs, so you have to kind of press them down really deep in there. And if you're dealing with these resistors, the brown ones, these are kind of thin too. So 1,000, because there is no current right now going in there, and now there is, that turns on. Same with this one. Right now there is no current. It's got a negative charge to it. See how there's a negative? Okay, that's hooked directly to this white wire. That is keeping this on. But when we introduce a charge to it, turns it off. So the first one is the no charge, and this one is the charge. This one doesn't need that in order to work. So this doesn't need the pull-up resistor on this one. And that's what this is, a pull-up resistor. Alright, so there we go. Now, to be honest with you, I would tear this apart like 3 times, put it back together to the point where you don't need the schematic. I would also switch the sides so that the NPN is on this side and the PNP is on this side. Just keep doing that back and forth, because it's a very valuable circuit. It's going to be used a lot. It can be used a lot in a lot of different situations. Again, the PNP is not used as much, but the NPN is used a lot. And later on, when we get into things that trigger the base, like capacitors, you can do some crazy, weird things with this setup. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the NPN, PNP, normally on, normally off circuit combo.